What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about the news that Liverpool are pushing to sign the next Van Dijk, the incredible talent Dean Huijsen, who is having a great season with Bournemouth, and he is of course a transfer target for many other clubs, but if Dean Huijsen opts to stay in the Premier League, then Liverpool are the favourites to sign him. Of course, if Real Madrid come in and push hard for him, I don't think Liverpool can compete with Real Madrid because Dean Huijsen is Spanish, he's a Spanish national team player now. Liverpool are among many Premier League clubs, and Fabrizio Romano has exclusively revealed that Liverpool are really pushing to sign him, and they want to get this deal done in this month, in May. This is a crucial month for the defender who is just 19 years old. So if you are excited about this news, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and in this video we will talk about Dean Huijsen and what the latest news is around him. Huijsen has a £50 million release clause, and Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle and Tottenham are also interested, but if he stays in the Premier League and he will decide his future in the next few weeks, then Liverpool are the favourites to sign him. Fabrizio Romano said, yes, Premier League clubs want the deal to be done by the end of May, so it will be a crucial month for Dean Huijsen, who has been praised as incredible, and he has had an exceptional season for Andoni Iraola's Bournemouth, and he has emerged as one of the most promising defenders in Europe. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich also admire his talents, but Liverpool are expected, of course, to sign a new centre-back this summer, and they are likely to bring in a young up-and-coming defender. Dean Huijsen's stats are actually really impressive. He has played 29 games in the Premier League, 3 goals, his pass accuracy is 83%, he makes 1.3 tackles per 90 minutes, he already played 2,200 minutes. Maybe his aerial dual success rate is not the best yet, but he's still just 19, so the best years are still ahead of him, and he can improve on a lot of his metrics. And PSG were interested in Dean Huijsen last summer, but now that they signed William Pacho and they are looking at other centre-backs, they aren't really interested in Dean Huijsen anymore. And Dean Huijsen is already ranked among Europe's top defenders when it comes to defending and when it comes to young talents, and Liverpool are amongst the most serious contenders, viewing Huijsen as a potential possible long-term successor to Virgil van Dijk. And Bournemouth expect Dean Huijsen to be sold, and his release clause to be triggered. And if he stays in the Premier League, then Liverpool are seen as the most likely destination. Arne Slot is reportedly open to a tactical shift, and Liverpool may move away from relying on a fullback stepping into midfield to dictate play, because Dean Huijsen could do that. He is so good on the ball. He is one of the best ball-playing young centre-backs in the Premier League. He could really step into midfield and dictate the play from there. Instead of Trent AlexanderArnold stepping into midfield and controlling tempo, it could be Dean Huijsen doing something similar. Of course, Trent is already off to Real Madrid, we know it, so Liverpool view Huijsen as a ball-playing centre-back who can quickly move the ball into midfield and who can also deliver incisive passes to the flanks with very strong decision making. But according to this outlet, Real Madrid are also actively trying to beat Liverpool to the signing of Dean Huijsen, according to some Spanish media outlets, and Bournemouth are already looking for his replacement, so they are resigned to the fact that Dean Huijsen is going to leave Bournemouth at the end of the season. And the AS newspaper and their journalist Eduardo Burgos has revealed that Real Madrid are pushing to get a deal done for Dean Huijsen. Real Madrid are planning to hold new talks with Dean Huijsen's entourage and representatives next week. He said Real Madrid is pushing for Dean Huijsen. New contacts with his entourage are expected next week after the El Clasico, so that's this week now. Defense is the priority and no crazy moves. The player is prioritizing a move to Real Madrid despite having interest from Chelsea and Liverpool. I said at the beginning of the video, if Real Madrid are serious about signing Dean Huijsen, I don't think Liverpool have a chance. to get him, but Liverpool already have alternatives lined up, like Jorginho. We will talk about him in a little bit later in this video. And Real Madrid is, one of their centric websites, Defensa Central, has said that Dean Huijsen's dream is to play for Real Madrid, and Bournemouth are already planning for life after Huijsen. They are signing a new centre-back from FC Lugano, and they are also interested in non-centre-back Nathan Zeze as well. He's on Bournemouth's radar as well. And Fabrizio Romano said that if Dean Huijsen ends up going to Real Madrid or not to Liverpool, then Liverpool could go for a £25 million defender who is also very, very good talent. So Liverpool have a plan B in their locker, and that is Jorginho, because Liverpool could go after him if they failed to land Dean Huijsen. Jorginho has emerged as a serious candidate, with Liverpool monitoring Hato for months, and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has now confirmed that Liverpool have added Jorginho to their shortlist ahead of the summer transfer window. The club is waiting for Dean Huijsen to make a decision before they pursue Hato, who will cost them £25 million. So Fabrizio Romano said, "Let me start with Jorginho, the talented defender from Ajax. He is a player on the list of Liverpool and Chelsea in the Premier League, so both clubs are monitoring the player, and for sure he is on the list. All these clubs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and more, are all waiting for Huijsen to make his choice, because he can pick from whichever club. All of these top clubs can easily pay Huijsen's release clause, so it's up to the player which club he picks. You remember, as I told you, all these three clubs, Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal, are strong in the race for Dean Huijsen, so for sure they are all waiting for Dean Huijsen, the player himself, to make a decision. And that decision will come probably in May. But Jorginho is also on the list at Chelsea and Liverpool as a potential name in case they can't get Dean Huijsen, so Hato for sure is on the short list. Now Ajax are focused on completing their fantastic season, trying to win the league, and then Hato will be one of the names to watch for the summer transfer window. But Ajax are collapsing in the Dutch league. Have you seen the latest results? PSV beat Feyenoord in the last minute, in the 99th minute, and Ajax lost at home 3-0 to NEC Nijmegen, which is a huge shock result. And now the gap is just 1 point. Ajax is just leading by 1 point against PSV, and they still have 2 games left, but Ajax are collapsing. Their recent results are, shockingly bad. They also lost to Utrecht 4-0, I believe, previously, so I'm not sure what is happening there. Jorginho is definitely a target for Liverpool, and Van Dijk is a big fan of him. He came through the Ajax Youth Academy very recently. He broke into the Ajax first team just 2 years ago, and he has been playing there regularly ever since. He made 47 appearances this season in all competitions, so he's basically playing all of the games. He has 3 goals and 6 assists. He's primarily a left back, but he's very versatile, so he can play at centre back as well. And that quality made Jorginho to be in very high demand. And his emergence has garnered a lot of praise, with Virgil van Dijk already giving Liverpool his seal of approval. It is reported that Van Dijk is a big fan of Jorginho, as previously reported by Louis Steele, who is a very reliable journalist working at the Daily Mail. He said, this journalist said, Liverpool have their interest in Milos Kerkez from back in November, and they remain in the race for Milos Kerkez. Jorginho has also been mentioned as a Liverpool target, but talk about him has cooled somewhat recently, even though Van Dijk said that he's a big fan of Jorginho. Jorginho is also Dutch, and I think he has been called up to the Dutch national team as well. When he met Van Dijk, he was just looking at him like this, like a role model, a big legend. And for Jorginho, who has grown up watching centre-backs, and Van Dijk during Jorginho's teenager years, he has been the best centre-back in the world. So, and he's Dutch, so no wonder he's his role model. And I think he would jump at the chance to go to Liverpool to play next to his idol, his role model, which would be absolutely brilliant. I also wanted to explain to you guys further why exactly did Liverpool fans boo Trent AlexanderArnold during the Liverpool-Arsenal game, because you have to be really involved in the Liverpool fan base to really understand what Liverpool fans were thinking booing Trent AlexanderArnold. One of the reasons is that Trent AlexanderArnold is leaving on a free transfer. That hasn't helped, of course. Liverpool fans shake the feeling that this move has been engineered well in advance. Because remember, in 2021, Trent AlexanderArnold only signed a 4-year deal. And he was 21 years old at that time. Why would you sign just a 4-year contract instead of a 5 or 6-year contract unless you were planning for this all along, for years, that you become a free agent and you get a big bag of cash and you can choose your next destination, your next club. Back then, he was saying that he wants to play at Liverpool all his life. So why just sign a 4-year contract? Why not sign a 6-year contract like I think Salah or Van Dijk, or I think Huijsen signed a 6-year contract back then, and he still has 2 years left. And it is clear that Trent AlexanderArnold has been negotiating his exit for some time now, maybe months, maybe even years. And journalists close to Real Madrid have provided updates very eagerly throughout this whole season. That flies in the face of Trent AlexanderArnold claiming that he did not want this contract saga to play out in the public. What he didn't want is to be criticized by English media, by the Liverpool fans. And also his celebration in the West Ham game, where he was like this, that people are talking in his ear. In hindsight, that felt like a mockery of Liverpool fans. And that felt like a mockery of, people talking about his future. Because he could have come out and said, clarified his situation, but he hasn't said anything. So that is not a classy way to go about it. And this is certainly not the actions of a man whose personal brand has often placed him as the local lad living the dream. The brand was that winning with Liverpool means more than winning at any other club. But he is rejecting the chance to cement his place in the Liverpool history books as one of the biggest legends of Liverpool Football Club ever. Also, he's going to a rival. Even though Trent AlexanderArnold said that he would never go to one of Liverpool's rivals, he's going to a rival. In Europe, in the last 10 seasons, 5 times Real Madrid knocked Liverpool out of European competition, of the Champions League. So what is that if not a rival? So it is not particularly difficult to understand why many fans are so frustrated about Trent AlexanderArnold and why they might boo a player who in their minds is already wearing that Real Madrid shirt. And Liverpool fans and the Anfield support is famous for a reason, but it is not entirely unconditional, especially when it comes to those who choose to go against what they claimed, that they don't want anything else but to represent Liverpool. Ultimately, there are consequences for saying these things and then doing something different in public. So that is the damage of the player's legacy, and the Trent mural will be removed, I think, after the season. And yes, there is a lot of sadness to this outcome, given how this story could have played out. Liverpool fans' response is not irrational, even though some pundits and some outside observers are attempting to claim that Liverpool fans are classless, they are too harsh on Trent AlexanderArnold. No, they are not. They are just a very loyal fan base who know what it is all about. And it's not just about loyalty, it's about being honest to your fans. Every stage of Steven Gerrard's career, for example, was about honesty. He was honest when he was considering a move to Chelsea or Real Madrid or Inter to win trophies. He was honest that he couldn't because he loved this club too much. With Trent, it's just a big bag of dishonesty and taking the fans for granted. And that, I think, angered and infuriated the Liverpool fans the most, me included as well. If Trent came out and just were honest from day one and said, I'm just thinking about my next stage and I won everything at Liverpool, I think it's time for a new challenge. But to stay silent throughout the whole season with all the speculation, it actually distracted from the most important thing, which was Liverpool's title challenge. And he could have come out and poured clean water into the glass and just said, his intentions with all his honesty. But instead, he did this in the West Ham game. He misled the fans, he gaslighted the fans every step of the way. For years about his departure, he has said that he wants to stay at Liverpool all his life, he wants to become a Liverpool captain, he wants to emulate Steven Gerrard, he wants to become a Liverpool legend, and then he goes against his own word and does something completely different. I think the Liverpool fans were entitled to boo Trent AlexanderArnold after how he acted during the whole season. But of course, feel free to disagree with me in the comments, let me know your thoughts down below. And thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed this, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.